front area? Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Zesty or Testy podcast. I am Testy McNasty. With me, as always, is Zesty Tito de la Pinga.
Hey, ¿qué pasó?
We have Alex, our resident demonologist, and Zesty's niece.
Carla is here with us, joining us.
The money bags behind the whole operation.
Absolutely. So, you know, I said it before and I'll say it again.
You're a cheap motherfucker?
I am. I'm a cheap-ass motherfucker that was not willing to do this, but Testy decided to put it out there and said, if we get contributions, we'll go to this haunted hospital. And just when I thought my niece loved me, with all due respect to her, I'll say, I love you and fuck you for donating the money for me to be here.
It was a joint effort. Listener number one, my sister, and listener number two, myself. We decided it would be awesome to watch you
Well, here I am.
tremble a little.
So welcome to our edition
He
of
was at the
Yes,
beginning.
he was.
Yorktown Hospital, the famous edition we've been talking about for what, 2 months now?
Yep, since August.
2 months, folks. So so on this podcast, it's going to be a little different because you're going to get to watch the podcast. But along with the podcast, we're going to go ahead and do we're going to include a full tour of the Yorktown Memorial Hospital, Yorktown Hospital.
2 different versions, because I'm going to upload one as well.
So watch all 3 versions. We've got the podcast, and then we've got 2 versions of our experience with the tour. And some of the I guess some of the lighting might be a little low, but it's a factor of being in here. And if you've never been here, I mean, it is a beautiful building. I'm pretty sure at one point it was a beautiful building, but it fucking sucks now.
And you'll be able to tell who uploaded which footage because one's going to go like this and the other one looks like this.
That would be mine. Yes.
So we always like to start this podcast off with a toast. I have one prepared. Here's to the witches. Here's to their cats. Here's to the hoot owls and the whirring bats. Here's to the ghosties in robes of white. Here's to the thrills of Halloween night. Cheers.
Salud. And because I don't want to be here, Tessie has done us a favor of bringing us some Patron.
Nice.
And for anybody who's not familiar with a charro negro, that's a Coke and tequila. And there we go.
I don't think I ever had anything with tequila, so.
You never had tequila before?
No. I've had tequila,
But never mixed with it.
never mixed with anything. So
Yeah, dude. It's a charro negro. Oh, look at that.
I'm like
Classic?
Mexican, I guess.
You're a classic?
Yes. I am.
Salud.
Salud.
I brought my protect us from our enemies candles to make sure that no evil spirits. Should I go ahead and read the Psalm of Protection or no?
Sure.
Absolutely. We're getting a little religious, folks. So
Well, we are in a chapel. There's Jesus like right above us. You may not be able to see it.
But you will when you visit the tour. It's freaking hot, so if you see us sweating. And by the way, part of our merch just dropped. These awesome caps. All right, there you go.
Jesus.
That's Diosito.
Right there.
Yep, absolutely. And then that's us right there. A little lower, little lower,
Little that way.
little lower. Now we're all crooked. There you go. Much better.
Yeah.
That's a little better.
Okay.
All right. All right, folks. So please excuse the videography. We believe it or not, our camera right now is actually on top of a casket. Yeah, which Testy has agreed that before we leave today, and you will see on the podcast, he would like to get inside of it, and so there it is. All right, he's got some video of the podcast of the casket itself. So, with that, how's everybody doing today?
Good.
Everybody doing all right?
I'm gonna read the
So,
Psalms of Protection, I guess, first.
all right, there it goes. Let's get religious.
You who live in the shelter of the Most High, who abide in the shadow of the Almighty, will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. For he will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his pinions, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and a buckler. You will not fear the terror of the night, or the arrow that flies by day, or the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, or the destruction of the waters at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only look with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. Because you have made the Lord your refuge, the Most High your dwelling place, no evil shall befall you, no scourge come near your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all his ways. On their hands they will bear you up, so you will not dash your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the adder, and the young lion and the serpent will trample under your foot. Those who love me I will deliver. I will protect those who know my name. When they call to me, I will answer them. I will be with them in trouble. I will rescue them and honor them. With long life, I will satisfy them and show them my salvation. We are protected by the blood of Jesus, so no evil spirits will come home with us. Where are you going?
No, I'm going to camera a little bit. All right. There we go. All right, so I will tell you, I feel a lot better than how I did when we first got here, because I sure as hell didn't want to be here, dude. But you know what? You know what made me feel better? A flask of bourbon and 2 shots of tequila inside my Diet Coke. That always helps. Anyway, so what's been going on, man? Oh, by the way, these folks thought they were here just to ride with us. Obviously, Alex and
Oh, did you not think you were going to be on the podcast?
I think they thought it was.
No, I knew.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome. How you guys doing today? Everybody
Hi.
doing all right?
It's hot. It was
hot,
so
yeah.
It's
fucking
freaking
humid.
humid as shit. But you know what? You guys wanted to do this shit. Hey, but you know what? We're closer to our elegant podcast.
Oh, the cold weather is coming
Our
soon?
cold weather's coming soon.
Did you buy an ascot?
I bought an ass and it got caught. So we're at this place, right? Back to Yorktown. We've got this place to ourselves for 3 hours, 3 to 6. Is that correct?
Correct.
I'm ready for the 6 o'clock. But it's really cool, man. Thank you for bringing this up. Seriously, Testy. I mean,
Well, I hope
was
it comes
dreading
across
this
as
trip.
creepy. I mean, so far it just kind of looks like we're in a church. It doesn't look like we're in an abandoned hospital. But hopefully the walking around footage will be a lot more interesting than this scene. Because I'm looking at this right now and it looks like we're in church.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but
But then again, this is the chapel portion of
The hospital.
the hospital.
so my understanding is this is the worst area.
Yes. When I watched the video on YouTube, one of these doors behind us was closing and opening, and when the dude went in to check it out, like, he screamed out in pain, he took his shirt off, and he had like a big scratch mark down his back. And they said because he had tattoos, the Salesian nuns were angry at him because they don't allow tattoos. Uh-oh. Alex has not been attacked yet, though.
I have some too, and nothing.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I go home with scratches on my back, my wife's gonna be pissed. So that shit better not happen.
I'm going to tell him we didn't even go to Yorktown.
Yeah.
We went to
I'm just glad it's all on video. I'm like, babe, I was just kidding. But
for me, it might be because I have a set of wings in the back.
Oh, there you go, Angel Wing. There you go.
Angel, you're fucking far from it, dude.
I am far from it, but when I got them, I was
drunk.
pretty close. No, I was not drunk. I knew what I was doing.
Had some idea.
No, I mean I was.
Hey Ben, so I'm gonna change the subject really quick, and it's kind of unfortunate we're having this conversation, but you and I talked about politicians. We talked about politics,
Oh,
and I'm gonna
Dianne
bring this.
Feinstein died?
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
It's Dianne Feinstein.
Like
She's
she was
from
90 years old.
90 years old, senator, right?
Yeah.
And out of California.
Yeah.
But Ben and I had a conversation recently about how there should be a a term limit.
Age cap.
Yeah, an age cap and term limit for these politicians, because serving in office in the same position for 35, 40 years, shit happens in those 35, 40 years.
Life changes.
Unfortunately, they don't,
Yeah.
right? In their minds, it's like, I'm serving my people.
Yeah.
But they serve their people only a certain way, and it's like, dude, come on, you've got to move with the times. And so it's unfortunate, and poor lady and her family, we got to respect that. But that can't be the only way we get rid of these older
politicians wait for them to die off.
I respect Mitt Romney for saying that after he was done, he wasn't running for anything again. He was retiring, and good for him. And I know he made a joke, and he said, hopefully President Biden will follow my footsteps and not run again. And with all due respect to President Biden, I hope he doesn't run again.
What made Dianne Feinstein so dramatically obvious that we need an upper age limit is she has signed over the power of attorney of her finances to her daughter, saying that she no longer has the correctness of mind to handle her own finances, yet she's still voting for, our country, what happens to our country. And towards the end there, she wouldn't even know what was going on. They just say, oh, you're voting yes. And then she'd be like, yes. So, I mean, at what point are we, at what point is the elected official still being an elected official, and what point is she just being a puppet?
Was it you that said that politician term limits or politicians serving should be like jury duty?
That was me. That was my dad. That's my dad's idea. Instead of the House of Representatives running for office, you should get a letter in the mail and go, shit, I gotta be a
for the next
senator
6
for the
years.
next,
It's like, damn, I gotta serve for my country for the next 6 years. It's like, you don't want to, but you have to.
I have mixed feelings on that statement.
Go ahead.
Because although that is probably a wonderful idea, right? But there are people out there that aren't in the same state of mind.
They're dumb as fuck.
They're dumb as fuck.
Have you seen our politicians though? Because you can't get much worse.
No, I get it, right? But they go to school and they learn how to lie, right? They learn how to manipulate.
It's the guy from New York, or where was he from? I'm Jewish. Oh, well, my family's Jewish. Okay, well, we're not Jewish. But
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
I serve my country. Okay, when I serve lunch somewhere in the line, it's cool. So
I
it's
remember
like,
everything was a lie.
But there's, I don't know. There's some folks that if they get the letter, you're like,
Fuck, we're fucked.
yeah, we're pretty.
But there's some politicians
So,
when they get elected, I
okay.
go, fuck, we're fucked.
Yes, but
maybe there's some
my
criteria.
Question, I guess my question is, well, right. My question is, do you want some back road country hick redneck that can't spell his fucking name?
don't talk like that about Bill Clinton. Arkansas.
The answer is yes, because it can't get any worse. Let me tell you why.
Allow me to elaborate. Ben?
These people, I believe our founding fathers, when this country was founded, you're supposed to go and farm your land, go serve your country, get out of politics, and go back to farming your land.
Yes, I agree.
And now we have career politicians that they've never worked a day of their lives. They just learned how to get reelected. And that's, being able to get reelected and being able to be a leader are two completely different skill sets.
You're
And
right.
They may not have the skill sets to actually lead. They just have the skill sets to look good in a radio ad or a TV ad, or now podcasts are the next big thing that all the politicians are showing up on podcasts because only my decrepit old parents still watch the TV news. And they still get the paper, which is weird. They get the Corpus Christi Caller-Times, and it's this thin. I'm like, what happened to all of it?
It's like $7 for
Yeah,
3 sheets, right?
Yeah,
They're like,
it's
but we get to see the cartoons.
yeah, we get the comics.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, they had to cut costs, so they had to cut something. Then why are you still buying it? Because there's nothing here. Anyway,
Look, I'll tell you
we
what.
can't do worse, is my point. Yes, I want the backwoods, dumb as fuck redneck, because we can't do worse.
But does that make him a good leader, though?
No, but it doesn't make
It doesn't make them any different than what we have now.
But
Exactly, that's
what
my
I'm
point.
saying. What I'm saying is, at least they're taught to.
They have some basic ideas.
Basic
economics
ideas,
and
sure.
stuff, yeah.
Because look, watch. My thing is this, right? You send a politician, and not that they're doing the world's best fucking job, because I'm still paying $4 for fucking gas, right? But you send somebody from middle of bumfuck Egypt
Yeah,
to bumfuck Egypt.
yeah.
You think he's going to negotiate gas prices when they drive fucking stagecoaches?
Well,
But we don't send senators to
we're not.
Saudi Arabia to negotiate prices. We send the what's the word for it?
Diplomat.
Secretary of State.
Yeah.
The Secretary of State's the one that goes out and does the diplomatic negotiations.
So we'll keep Anthony Blinken where he's at.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
Way to
like
go,
the
Anthony.
House of Representatives, the one that gets
Anthony.
reelected every 2 years,
Yep.
make them.
Those are the ones that we're
Random
talking about. Those are the ones that we're saying everybody. It should be somebody different every 2 years because right now what we have in place sucks ass, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that's the way I see it. Anyway, hey, when we said we were gonna film here and then we were concerned about taking shit back with us,
Yeah.
like something's gonna attach to us. Are we talking fleas or ticks? Because I'm getting mighty itchy.
My ankle is a little itchy, but
Okay, good. All right. Maybe that's what it
I
was.
didn't
Whatever
lay
the
down
hell's
in any
under
of the
these
beds.
chairs?
I don't know. Maybe
Y'all
there's-
just started grabbing chairs out
maybe
of
there's
nowhere.
fleas and ticks under these and we're taking them with us. You're welcome.
At least they're not haunted. I don't know why we're talking politics. We're in the middle of a haunted hospital.
So we should be talking about education, my friends.
Someone's going around.
So let's talk about
He's
education.
beating around the
importance-
bush. Like that person that just stuck out over there.
I know. Did you see him walk by?
What?
Some dude just walked by. You saw him?
I saw it.
Well, it's on the playback over here.
You fucking with me, right?
It's
No.
just a shadow.
Are you guys really messing with me?
You didn't see it?
You didn't see the shadow? It was like a.
No.
He threw you the finger and everything.
Shit, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I'm getting ready to run the
He's
fuck
like,
out of
he
here.
told me to get him out of jail.
So as we were driving over here, anytime he saw a sign that said Yorktown, he had his flask and he'd take a sip. So as we started getting closer, those sips started getting a lot
Longer and longer.
longer and shorter time between each one.
And right now, when I got to the gas station, I tried pouring the rest of my flask in there, and all of a sudden it was like,
Just dust came out.
I'm like, what happened to the rest of it, man? That's why I was like, dude, where's the tequila? Where's the tequila? I need the tequila. So,
Yeah.
a big thank you to our
Patron?
newest guest, the boss, El Patron. It's all right. Anyway, well, thank you for bringing them over. Appreciate it, sir.
So I'm disappointed that we didn't see a ghost. I mean, we still have like 45 minutes left in the podcast, but
Hey, Linda Blair, it's not over yet.
we saw a jailhouse in the basement. This is a hospital.
And blood. We saw blood on the wall.
We saw blood in the ER, which was like really weird.
It was red paint.
It said emergency room, and it was just splattered on the wall like that. So it might have been red paint, but it looked like blood to me. But nobody who builds a jail cell in a hospital, because it was
It
like,
was the 1950s.
Yeah, but why do you
who you
need one?
putting in there?
Well, that's not
The
the part
crazy
that
people?
exactly, that's the part that you don't advertise. You've never seen those videos where the aftermath, where they go in and you see all the weird shit that nobody was supposed to know about but happened. That's probably one of them. That's why it's
That's why
downstairs.
it's downstairs in the basement, in the last corner.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I thought we were the ones watching this shit. Turns out that Alex and Carla over here are a little more informed than we are.
So yeah,
But
so-
whatever the fuck they had it for, makes no sense to me.
Did I come out when I got in the jail cell? It was in
Yeah.
a clear
Oh,
shot with me?
absolutely.
'Cause I
dude.
want that.
Absolutely. Yeah. You
And
were.
I went in there too.
I ain't that stupid.
Which brings me to my next point. Oh wait, I don't have a next point. Oh, but I do have something totally off the subject from this, and I need to ask the question. So yesterday, our fan here, Carla, was it yesterday? 2 days ago, you were at a football game.
It was
Can we
2
talk
days
a little
ago.
bit about it?
Sure.
I need to talk about this. I'm sorry, it's off the subject, dude, but it's one of those things that just can't help but feel a little proud about. So, Carla is a
Fifth grade.
that's what I meant, fifth grade teacher
It's the Patron.
at what?
It's the.
It's a Patron talkie, yes. It's a Patron, no, it's not the Patron, it's a all right, let me start again. Carla is a fifth grade teacher down in Laredo, and a high school that her school would actually flow into, visited the school, what was it, a couple of weeks ago,
A
I
week
guess?
ago.
Right? And so when the high school visited, they took some of the band showed up on the
drum
percussion,
line, the
the
drum
drum line, right? The drum line shows up to this elementary school, right? And while they're visiting, so talk to me about how this kid came about. A little fifth grade boy.
One of our fifth grade students, I'm guess the director, when they visit elementary schools, randomly picks out a student to come up and kind of jam with their drum line. Well,
Nice.
they picked the right one, or they happened to pick one of mine,
Nice.
who we didn't know is a little drummer prodigy, so they invited him to come up and play with the high school at a football game, and it was pretty cool. We thought he was just going to show up and be in the stands and play with them. No, they actually let him go down, and he was shadowing the drum line the whole time they did their marching show on the field. It was pretty cool. He was able to follow them. You could see his little face real serious because he's a tiny, tiny little thing. And he was just real serious, but he was able to follow him all up and down the field. He didn't know it was going to happen. They asked me if I wanted to follow him. I said, no, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 20 years. So, and then afterwards they let him jam with the drumline once he got up to the stands, and it was pretty cool because he was able to play by ear with them.
I had to bring it up because, dude, you know, we talked about, you know, where the hospital we're in and how these patients, whether it's kids or adults, right, were taken advantage of, abused, or killed, or made to suffer, whatever, right? Has nothing to do with that.
I was going to say, I didn't make him suffer.
No. But it has nothing to do with that. What I meant is, since we were talking about kids, you know, this is not my kid, and I couldn't help but feel so proud, you know, of this little boy who's never had, or at least I don't think he's had any sort of, you know, education playing the drums or teaching or instruction playing drums. And then all of a sudden it's like, they randomly pick him. He does a good job. And now, as a fifth grader, he's invited by the high school to go perform with high school students. It was such a cool thing to see. Awesome. I mean, a great opportunity. And, you know, this morning I was watching that Million Miles Away, that movie on the very first Hispanic migrant worker to go up in space, to be an astronaut.
I didn't even know that.
So it's his last name's Hernandez, and they just made a movie about this guy, and it's the impact that teachers can have on these kids, right?
Yeah.
And so I just thought it was really neat to see this little boy have, you know, somebody hopefully at one point in his life, you know, hey, maybe he'll grow up to be, you know, a badass drummer, or just simply, you know, use drumming as an opportunity for him to go off to college or get a scholarship or something. Right? Yeah. I just thought it was really neat.
Very inspirational. That's a very inspirational.
Yeah, it was great to see. There's she took some videos, she sent it to us, and it truly was. Considering he's not my kid, I felt proud of the boy, you know. But
that's awesome. We when we went down to the basement and we looked at the jail cell, there was a glow in the dark skeleton. I happened to bring a little glow in the dark demon clown with me, and there is a what the hell? I'm right there in front of Alex. We're gonna name him Mappy.
Mappy.
I'm gonna put him where there was right next to the jail cell. There was a room full of beer, and it was like all the beer bottles that I guess the priest drank, because they had the little. You know, you got the cork and you flip the little thing up and the cork comes out. They were like old school beer bottles. I'm going to put Mappy in there. I'm going to put Mappy in there with them. So I'll film a little separate little clip.
What do you call those, like growlers or something like that? Is that what it is?
Yeah, like a growler. Unless you got a better name. You got a better name for my demon clown?
No, I like it, dude.
Mappy.
I like it. You're going to go down there by yourself and put that shit up, because I ain't going back there anymore.
You don't have to.
I already took one trip down there, and that was good enough for me.
I don't think there's enough liquor anymore for you
Nope.
to go back down.
No. And then there was that one room that we walked into that had that mannequin bust.
Yes! There was a closet that had like a little statue, the little top half of a person.
I walk in there. First of all, I'm not the guy who likes this shit. I walk in there, and the first thing I see when I come around the corner is half a body sticking out. I'm like, what the fuck?
So then, of course, he calls me.
I'm like,
doesn't tell me what it is.
I'm like, come here, check it out. And then after shut, she's like, oh my God. I'm like,
let's call Ben.
Let's call Ben, but don't tell him.
So I have a question. Growing up, I grew up Catholic. Then
I'm sorry.
And then a little later, I became like Pentecostal, right? So spirits is, you know, a big thing, right? Like life after death. And, right, things like that, right? So why are you so afraid of walking them like into some? What was the fear that you had coming in to a place like this?
That I believe in it, right? And that
I mean, I believe in it.
Well, but I believe that some of them are, you know, some of them haven't had their goodbyes, and then there are those that are upset over something, right? Maybe the way they left. And so those are the ones that get trapped, that feel like in places, and those are the ones that I don't know. I don't know
think
how to say.
that-
I mean, she brought up one point, right? She says, "Hey, it's not like going to a haunted house where everybody tries to scare you, right?
Right.
I mean, that's scary because they purposely try to like come at you or yell at you or whatever it is, right? And I've done those. I can't tell you I've done plenty, but I've been to plenty of haunted houses and stuff like that. And I'm like, it sucks, but because I just don't like it. But this scares me because it's different in the sense that I just feel that stuff like this should be left alone, right? And if there's some unanswered, unfinished reason why they're still around, I don't want to be a part of that. You know?
So the dude that let us in said that 2,000 people had died in this building.
In 30 years.
And it's a small hospital. It's not large. So, I mean, I guess they weren't doing a very good job. Also, what I heard about the Salesian nuns is they don't believe in painkillers. So the 2,000 people that died here, most of them died in excruciating pain and without something to numb that excruciating pain.
So now, for those of you listening who have been listening for quite some time, you understand where my pain came from, because those are the same sisters that whacked me on the hands with that ruler sideways. They were called Salesian sisters, and those were the ones that ran Mary Help in Laredo and St. Peter's in Laredo. And when they would slap you across the hands with a ruler, they wouldn't do it flat; they would do it sideways because they enjoyed just, I don't know, provoking pain or something. Anyway. Just kidding, Sister Olga, in case you're in here.
So any of the nuns that are still like walking around, this one got away. You got to get him before he leaves. You got about
Get him again.
45 minutes left.
Yeah.
Whack him on the hand.
I think also a lot of what leads people to fear is the fact that
The unknown?
not so much the unknown, that there's so many shows out there that dramatize being in places like this. Like I was explaining to him, and
Over-dramatize, I think.
over-dramatize. People that were saying, we've seen this or we've heard that. Well, yes, but you have to remember that it's pre-recorded. Who's to say that that knock you heard off camera isn't someone from the same crew?
Yeah.
Fortunately or unfortunately, unless you're here and you're in this, it's quiet. You
Yeah.
know, we didn't hear anything. Maybe a couple like the little. Drip,
So we
drop.
heard, I heard like maybe
Tapping.
a knock or tap, but it really sounded like water dripping, right? And I was about to tell you. So as walking in, the second time we went, took a break, came back in, there was a water drop that fell on my
Arm.
arm, right?
there was-
But
It was blood.
it could be, because if you look down this hallway, there's no water on the floor,
Right, you're right.
right?
Yeah.
And it's like right in that intersection where it
Yeah.
tees off, right? And there's no water
That's true. But
on
you
the
did
floor.
feel something.
But I did feel something, and we heard it several times. Oh, I heard it several times. Mr. Yappy and Tappy over here were talking a whole lot.
Just here testing.
So, you're right. For the most part, we didn't hear or see anything.
But I think
Physically.
that's what people, and I mean people, get
What's up?
you're predisposed to, I'm going to hear something, I'm going to see something, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Seeing
But-
what you want to see, hearing what you want to hear.
A lot of the things
Yeah,
that we
that's
do
right,
get
I'm
to
elite.
see on TV, it's scripted, it's over dramatized, it's rigged, it's for show, it's for views. So
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's a lot of what
Until that damn door closes and
What-
all of a sudden it's like we're freaking out.
I think that's what messes with. I mean, there's a bunch of windows that don't even have glass. You could just crawl through one of them.
Yeah.
We'll push you out.
Have you seen me?
We will bust one. We will push you out.
We'll lock you in the
And-
You won't
and
lock me anywhere, buddy.
for protection, for your protection.
Cheku, where are you? I don't know. I guess
So
not.
now would you let Shaku put you in a straitjacket and
No,
roll you
I
down?
don't want to be in a straitjacket. Even if I'm in the comfort of my own living room, I don't
You're
want to be in
going
a straitjacket.
into a casket, but you won't do a straitjacket?
Correct.
Why?
Well, I'm not going to close the lid of the casket.
I
I'm just
will.
going to lay there like this.
You think he's not going to?
You don't think I'm gonna sit on top of the fucking casket?
You don't think I'm going to stab you, motherfucker?
Good luck with that. I mean,
I'll bust out my ruler.
how much are you gonna be able to wave that thing?
like that.
You see 6 hours later. No, but yeah. So to answer your question, I think that's what it is, man. It's. Look, I've always said I respect spirits.
He's never said it.
I've said it before. I don't give a shit. With the spirits here, hey guys, I respect you. If you're listening, watching, whatever. Hey, holla. But no, I just think that shit.
I also think it has a lot to do with that respect. You have a lot of people on these shows that come in with Ouija boards and ask you first and do and I believe that once you go taunting things, that's when you start.
Well, that's what we were
things.
asked last week. Was it last week when we were with Jared?
Yes, 2 weeks ago.
So 2 weeks ago, her boyfriend was asking, he was asking, hey, are you going to go in there and try to do a seance, or are you going to take a Ouija board? I'm like, fuck no, dude, I barely want to be in there. You think I want to do a fucking seance?
And that's what we had to explain to him. Like, we're not going to go in there at midnight. We're not going to go in there and taunt anything, provoke anything. We're just going in there for the experience and to do a podcast.
To be fair, if it was affordable, I would have preferred to do this podcast at night. But the price is double if you come after dark, so that's why we're
Yeah,
doing it.
And he wouldn't have made it after
and
dark.
I would not have been here, dude.
It would have been the zesty show.
It would have been the testy or testy.
Testy by himself, Testy and Testy.
It would have been the or testy show. No, I wouldn't have come in here. There's no fucking way in hell, dude. All I'm excited about.
Well, you're not in hell.
You know what I'm excited about?
Wrapping
Is that I
this-
was told that I did well and I hung in here for the last hour. I would get anything I wanted from Dairy Queen.
Hey, are you
Yes.
buying for everybody? Because I also opened that door that you said.
That's true. I said if he lasted, and then I said, Johnny, if you open that door,
Tell you what, she buys mine, I'll buy yours.
I'll buy you dinner.
And then you
So
can buy
he didn't
Alex's.
open it, but Testy did. So
Dude,
technically, I do
so
owe you dinner.
I'll buy yours, she buys mine, you'll buy Alex's.
I'm not buying Alex's. I spent. Know how much money I fucking spent on this goddamn rental place?
We got
Somebody's buying my
Dairy
goddamn
Queen.
meal.
We're
I don't
getting.
give a
We
fuck about
I promised
anybody
him
else.
Dairy Queen if he toughed it out this whole time.
That's right.
Because we should have recorded him as soon as we walked in here. What was he showing us
Oh,
on the
he was
phone?
showing
He
the phone.
was
My
showing
hand
us that
was
it was
shaking
turning
so
on.
bad.
It
He's like,
literally.
you press this button, press this one. We're like, which one? There's like 10 of them on your phone to begin with.
Oh,
Michael
and-
J. Fox had nothing on me. Oh, dude, that was wrong. That
One
was,
creepy
that was
thing
fun.
that
Yeah,
did
that was
happen though. They were doing the video. He
That was
had the
pretty fucked up.
flashlight. I had both his and my phones taking pictures at the same time.
Yeah.
His phone kept taking pictures by itself.
So we need to review those.
You need to check those and he heard it. I stuck with him. 'cause
Actually,
he
she
had
was
flashlight.
in the jail cell. And she was holding his phone.
Yes.
And you saw the light go
Because
on her.
he took a picture of me inside the jail cell, and I told him, okay, well, you take my picture. I still had his phone, and I had his phone like this.
Maybe you
and
should check your phone to see, because he took a picture of you.
It's on his. He has. It's.
I had
his,
her phone. Her phone was. My
I
phone
had
was taking
his. He
pictures.
needs
But that's what I'm
from
saying. Check
inside
her
out.
phone, because you had her phone taking a picture of her.
I see what you're saying.
And
yeah.
you were taking a picture, or you had his phone, and it took a picture out.
Out.
So don't get me wrong. We didn't see shit, but some random shit did happen, right? Would everybody agree?
Yeah.
And we did record it. I mean, because we have two different cameras when we were walking around, so we did talk about I don't know if the flash got caught on camera, but we were saying like, wow, the phone is taking pictures by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you watch the two walk around videos,
And I say it several times, and he finally told them, like, guys, she's
There must
been,
have been at least a good 10 times that the phone
Yeah.
just automatically started taking pictures for no reason. So that's why I said, fortunately, it's during the day. Because there's no fucking way in hell I would have done it at night. One. And two, I'm telling you, I'm glad I didn't see shit, experience shit. And what we did see was just the automatic picture taking, which I don't understand why. But we do have our candles protecting us. We did say our prayer, and we did bring some sage, incense, and of course, it really helps that right at when Ben said our prayer, he sounded like Pope Benedict. Thank you for coming to the Yorktown Hospital.
that's exactly how it sounded.
It only cost
spot
us
on.
$300 to be here.
Amen.
Wait, hold on. Thank you to all those who donated on the GoFundMe.
Amen.
There you go. So, So thank you, man.
Our listener number
And also
one
with you.
did donate, but she wasn't able to be here.
It'll force me with you, and also.
But I'm here for you.
Listener number one was really devastated
Yes,
that she
was.
couldn't be here.
I thought she didn't want to come because she thought that something was going to attach to her.
Well, no, that's her husband. Her husband likes that stuff. He loves listening and watching this stuff, and they both enjoy it. But because they have 2 kids, she's like, no, he's not crazy about me going to those things because what if something attaches to me? Well, about the only shit that's going to attach to you is fleas and ticks, like me right now,
Bed bugs.
and bed bugs or mosquito bites.
Yep.
There's a lot of wasps. That we did see.
Yes,
a lot.
there's a
There's a lot of
lot.
wasps.
Oh, and if you're into old cars, Alex,
Oh, yeah, there was a-
Alex, take it away.
There was a really nice one, what, like maybe mid-30s?
Yeah.
I was gonna say mid 30s to
model
early
is it?
40s.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah.
It's a wagon looking thing, dude.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyway. But at the entrance, there is like a little stuffed animal that automatically freaks the shit out of you. Oh, and then you did open the piano,
I did
played a
open it.
couple of notes, and somehow you couldn't close the piano
Yeah.
back up. So it's really weird.
I know what happened. Those pianos have like a little wooden trap. I guess not trap door, but it's like a little trap door that keeps it open, so that way you don't have to stick your hands in there to open it up.
So it doesn't like slam on your fingers.
Yeah, so it doesn't slam on your fingers, right? So you bring it down and you gotta push that up.
So what you're saying is you sounded a wussy in front of us for no reason
Yeah.
whatsoever.
I was like,
He was
why?
not scared. He was the one that opened it and played it.
That's right.
You were still shaking at that
Yeah,
point.
you
You
were
weren't
still-
even like
Dude,
fucking.
I'm still shaking right now. I mean, my panza's shaking right
Man,
now.
once that first bourbon kicked in, you were like, "Oh, let's go!"
Dude, I mean,
Before
dude,
you walked in here, you're like, "I'm not walking around," and then like the first bourbon kicks in, and you're like, "In front of me, I can't even keep up with you."
and you know what?
Liquid courage.
Liquid courage, baby. It's like the day I said, yes, let's do this shit. And then later on I realized, fucking vodka.
Yeah.
Which is the same day that you called me and said, dude, what the fuck did you give me? I went home and I fell
Passed
asleep
out,
till
I woke up
7 o'clock or 8 o'clock.
UFC pay-per-view was playing. I'm like,
Did you want to Canelo fight last night?
I did. It was a good
Dude,
fight.
I made some vodka and tonic. Vodka tonic, that's what we had that day.
Yeah.
And so we made some vodka tonics. And of course, you know, our drinks are this, and we usually have 2 of those.
Yeah.
So he takes off and he looks fine. And then you get around 8 o'clock at night, he goes, dude, what'd you make me? I'm like, simply I was making 2 drinks. I said, fuck, dude, I woke up to like pay-per-view. I guess I got it. All I know is it was like 8
I got a
o'clock.
bootleg app that lets me get all the pay-per-views for free.
So it was like 8 o'clock at night. I'm like, dude, you left here at like
I have
10:30.
I have
You hooked me
pay-per-views
up.
playing every weekend. I'm not.
So
You got somebody that did it for you?
Streaming solutions. Shout out to Gilbert Flores. Contact Gilbert Flores for all your streaming solution needs. Mention Zesty or Tessie, he'll give you 15% off.
Really?
No.
Oh.
But yeah, Gilbert Flores.
I was like,
my
because
buddy.
I'm on my way to Walmart and give me a fucking fire stick. What do you want, a fire
No,
stick?
let me hook you up. It's $40 every 3 months, and you get all the channels live, like HBO, Cinemax, whatever.
So
all
if
the
you're
sports,
listening right
Fox.
now, we don't really
Yeah.
condone shit like this.
I do. I don't
It's
know.
perfectly legal according to him, even though he only lets you contact him on the Telegram app and.
Yeah, you can never meet during the day. It can only be after hours.
No,
The money must be left on a
$40
park bench.
Yeah, $40 every.
Is that how it works?
It used to be $30 every 3 months. Now it's $40.
The money needs to be left on a park bench.
No, you do it Zelle.
You cannot show up with
Put it
anybody.
in the trash can on the right hand
Operators,
side.
operators will
You
not be
just send it
standing
through
by.
Zelle. You just send it through Zelle. If you don't have Zelle, he takes all those other ghetto ass apps. But
Cash app.
yeah, Cash App, all that shit.
Yeah,
No.
because and this is like changing the subject, whatever, right? But before I left,
Why are you changing the
I
subject, man?
know. So before I left, my wife said,
Adios,
what
amigo.
time? So last night she's like, what time are the football games, right? So my son started. We've been together for 22 years. Right?
Your son?
No, my wife and I.
Oh.
Right, my son is 13.
He's an old.
Yeah, he's old. He's an old motherfucker. So we've been together for 22 years, right? And never once, like, we'll watch the football games, like Super Bowl, basketball games, we'll watch the finals, right? But we don't ever make a real hard attempt to say, oh, we're going to watch this weekend's game.
Yeah.
Especially like the Dallas Cowboys, right? We're not big fans of anyone, right?
What?
No, we're not.
You're not a fan of the Cowboys?
I'm
dude?
not. I'm not.
Oh, dude.
Label me the
Oh.
first. Label me the first fucking Texan that I'm not a big fan of the Cowboys, right?
Second.
Dude, you're not a
Second.
Cowboy. Oh
Second.
my God.
So-
Both of you are not fans of
There you
Cowboys?
go. There you
You're
go.
a relative. You should
I'm a
know
fucking
this.
Cowboy.
So
I hate the Cowboys.
Fuck the
my
Dallas Cowboys.
so
Thank you.
my whole thing, and it's not just because it's the Cowboys. I don't care who it is. I'm not a fan of
you're an
anyone.
Indian?
And because my whole point is this: I have not received a fucking check in the mail for me to be that big of a fucking fan.
Yeah.
But that's
That's my
America's team.
so. Either way, my son started playing football, right? So I think the purpose of us watching the games now is so that my wife can
Can understand? Got it.
Right? Not that she's very smart, right? So she can pick it up.
Wait, did you say not that she's very smart?
No, not that she's dumb, because she's very, very intelligent.
Oh, got it.
Right? I'm sure she can pick it up.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll kick
But
his
it's
ass.
just,
Sounds
you know,
good,
like
actually.
anything else, right? You want to watch it over and over
Yeah.
too, you can understand the plays and things like that, right? So, last night she said, what time is the games, right? So I was checking on my phone and said, look, so there's 7:30 games, there's noon games, I said the Cowboys play at 3:25, right?
Yeah.
So she said, okay, what channel? I said, Fox, right? Said on my
Oh,
phone and
Fox,
said,
okay.
Fox Sports, and it said free,
Yeah.
right? And it said like whatever subscription, whatever, YouTube, right?
Yeah.
You gotta subscribe to everything, right?
Yeah.
So, but right before I left the house, she said, make sure we can watch the game.
Yeah.
Okay, this was like at noon, right? One of the games, the Washington Commanders and whoever else was playing, right, was on, right?
Yeah.
So I put it on, started playing, and then the game cut out, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it said, your provider does not support this
Oh,
channel.
shit.
Right?
In the middle of a fucking game,
That
dude.
sucks.
It's like 10 minutes into the first quarter,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying, I said, I said, our provider doesn't, it says,
yeah.
And that's why cable is dead. Fuck cable.
so I got rid of cable,
Yeah.
right? I kept the internet, got rid of cable because we were not watching it.
This is a breeze. The breeze came through. But like, there's a big hole in that window, so it justifies. Because we were in the
Dude, you
basement.
gotta say shit. You can't just like stop and like look
It's
somewhere.
hard stopped.
It was in the basement, and
I had a
we
little
were
fucking
feeling-
heart attack,
we
dude.
were
I'm like,
feeling- we were feeling the breeze in the basement, and we were like, where the fuck's the breeze coming from? Because there's no windows, there's no nothing. It's all
it
pitch
just
black.
feels cold all of a
It
sudden.
just feels cold. That's not a good sign. But there's a hole in that window, and I felt the breeze come right
You
through
can't
that.
do
was
that to
that
me.
was awesome, dude. That was awesome. Like,
Dude,
You
I-
gave him a minor
what was
heart
that? Can you-
I love
What's
feeling.
this?
Hey, I love feeling the
It's
wind
like,
coming from
you're
your
like
hole.
fucking Jack from Nightmare Before Christmas. He's like, what's this? What's that?
Here, have this.
Nothing I love more than feeling the wind coming from your hole. Fuck, dude.
Anyway,
Oh, man. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
I'm gonna call you Jack from now on.
I'm like, I see dead people. I'm like, Bruce Willis, where are you?
Oh, that was funny.
Oh, anyway. Look, yeah, I agree with you. And so, fuck cable. Although I still have YouTube TV. And that kind of doesn't count as cable, technically.
So either way, my whole point of the story was that last night my wife's friend called and she's like, "Are you guys gonna buy the Canelo fight?"
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not fucking buying Canelo fights. So I quit buying fights because
You know
You
Canelo's
pay-
going to win no matter
no
what.
matter, well, I don't care who it is, right? The only person I won't buy fights for at all is Mayweather.
Yeah,
Well,
he
I
dances
mean,
around the
He
whole
dances
time.
around. We know he's gonna fucking win because he's a knockout puncher, but because
He knows how to move around,
He knows
stay away, and make
jabs,
millions.
one or two jabs, and it's just all points for him.
Yeah.
You know, he's not a good fighter. Fuck you.
No, I agree.
So
So either way, I didn't watch the fight. So I told my wife, I said, look, we're not watching this fight. It's on Showtime. I said, there's 3 places that you can buy this fight. You either have to have Showtime, you gotta have
Pay-per-view?
what is it?
The zone.
The Zone,
Yeah.
and then or pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Right. I said, and it's $90. Right. I said,
Fuck, is that how much you are now, dude?
Yeah, pay-per-views are expensive.
Holy shit, dude.
But if you have streaming solutions, every 3 months you pay $40 and you can get all the pay-per-views for free. So I watch all the UFCs. I watch Canelo. You have to have a different app to replay like shows if you wanted to watch like
Canelo win again?
Yeah, if you wanted to watch, if you didn't want
He
to
did.
watch Canelo live, if you wanted to watch it the next day, you wouldn't be able to. You'd have to pay for a different app. But you can get all the live TV. It's even got like 24-hour channels. It's got like 24 hours of Alf. So if you wanted to watch Alien Life Form,
Nice,
like,
nice.
you could just sit there. It's got 24 hours of Rick and Morty. It's got 24 hours. And you just turn to that channel, and it just plays them all on a loop. Like it's somebody like uploaded all the DVDs to like the channel.
You know, Alex, you were talking about watching football and watching football with your wife, because, like you said, you want your wife to have a better understanding, right?
Sure. I don't.
And my daughter started playing volleyball, and now I've got to sit there and watch college volleyball with my wife so she can have a better understanding, and I'm devastated about that. I'm like, I got to sit there and watch a whole bunch of young 20-year-olds
So there's-
up and down.
There's a
Bro.
Stupid tequila
Hey,
talking.
at least he said 20-year-olds.
I know, right?
What do you think I
Thank you for
am?
not watching the high school game.
What's that guy from the 70s? Gino Vanelli.
Oh, that's
16 years old. Yacht Rock Radio. Leave her alone, they said. I'm like, hey, fucker,
That's
she's
his
16,
theme
dude. 16 gets you 20. Anyway.
unless you're like super famous. And
Well,
then you
that's
just
really
slap
Leonardo
it.
DiCaprio.
Unless your name is like Justin Bieber. That's Justin Bieber for you white people.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
We don't ever say Justin Bieber.
I know. I know you
Are you white?
I
That's
don't know.
that's why you don't say it. Oh my God. Anyway, but I do agree with you on just, dude, this is getting ridiculous. How much we pay nowadays for this shit.
Yeah.
So I need to get with your guy.
Dude, I brought the Fire Stick to your house and we watched the
I
Desi
forgot,
Says-
dude, and I have my Fire Stick there sitting like it's a brand new Fire Stick.
So I have a fire
Extra
stick.
one.
Yeah, that's
right?
all you need.
So listen, my sister got me a cracked fire stick, right?
Okay.
Stuck it in my TV,
Yeah.
Did you sit
and
on crack?
it almost tried. It almost tried. So plugged it into my TV, and for me, I could have just thrown it in the trash because one, it's almost like the same concept as Napster.
Yeah.
Like it,
You
it
gotta
was,
download
you got
the
no. It had all the movies, right? But it was like 100 viewings. You hit the first one, and it was like 10 minutes of the movie. Go to the next one, it was like an hour of the movie. But it started like in the middle, and it's like when I had to like down like every. I'm like, oh, by the time I was like, oh, it's already midnight already. I don't even want to watch the movie tomorrow. So I unplugged it and I threw it in a drawer and.
Yeah.
Hey, what did you bring it over for? Which, by the way, Canelo won.
16 de septiembre last year, Canelo was fighting Triple G.
That's
And
right.
Triple G looked old as fuck. Man.
Well, dude, so that was yesterday's
Isn't he old
news.
as fuck? Like, I mean,
Apparently, yeah.
Yes, yesterday they were talking about how Canelo looked really bad.
No, he looked fine.
Well, no, but that was what they were leading up to the fight.
Oh, leading up
They were
to-
talking about how the guy looked really worn out, he this, he that. But then again, he lost the fight in 2021, and the last 3 fights he's won.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I didn't watch the fight, but I heard that he kind of landed a couple of strong blows to Charlo.
Yeah.
And they said by the 7th round, he sat him down a little bit.
He took a knee. Apparently, the announcer said it was the second time in that dude's
But then they
career
said after the
that he
7th,
took a
after
knee.
he took that knee, he was on, Charlo was on survival mode.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Canelo
I
was
mean-
just stalking him. It was a good fight. It was fun to watch.
I mean, it was, look, my point is, I love Canelo.
It wasn't a competitive fight.
No,
Canelo
that's
dominated.
and so that was one of the comments that I heard, that Canelo was really frustrated at the fact that it's like, dude, this guy was not fighting back. He kept on going to the, back to the what do you
Corner
call
of the
it?
ropes.
Yeah, to the
he
ropes.
was on the ropes a lot.
Yeah, he was on the ropes a lot, and Canelo gets frustrated because he wants somebody to hit back,
Yeah.
and so anyway, it's
It was a fun fight
yeah.
to watch. It was
I'm like, fuck, did I see something over there?
the fight before it kind of sucked because it looked like one guy won, but they gave it to the other guy anyway, and like
was the guy from the San Antonio one?
no,
There was,
it
I
was,
think there was a guy that came out and there was one of the prelims
yeah.
that was from San Antonio. I'm not 100%
I didn't see that. We caught it like towards the east.
I saw him fight here in San Antonio.
Canelo?
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
This is like, what was it? Maybe 70 years ago. I went with your dad.
Oh, it was a lot
It
longer.
was at
than
the
that.
Alamo Dome,
Yeah.
and that was when Canelo had. Oh no, Canelo's brother had fought this guy, and he got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And so the guy said, "Dude, I can kick your ass. I can kick your brother's ass. I can kick anybody's ass." And so Canelo said, "Oh, you my ass. All right." So the next fight was here in San Antonio, and he came over just to have that guy beat the shit out of him. And yeah, he didn't happen. I love Canelo, dude. I'm biased, but
Yeah.
I did Oscar De La Hoya and Julio Cesar, and anyway.
Yeah, the De La Hoya thing. Did you ever see the pictures where he's like in panties and stuff?
I don't
There was
know what
like-
channel you're watching, dude.
No, there was like a thing that
I don't
came
pay
out
that
with De La
much for
Hoya.
my
You
cable.
saw that, right? You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
saw.
talking
I know
about?
what you're talking about.
There was pictures of him. He was like threw a party. And he's like dressing up in women's underwear. And
No, I didn't see that
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah,
dude.
underwear and like stockings or something.
Yeah.
That's the teacher next to me.
There's a
No, all of a sudden. She's like,
What's the
"Eh,
teacher
no,
gonna
I
do?"
speak Spanish. No, I speak English. I didn't think I was going to go through this whole thing of soda.
I knew you would.
But since there's alcohol in here, we're going to go ahead and pause for the cause.
Bro, we don't have enough refill. That's what we do in our normal podcast. We don't have
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
If you have ice, there's a Coke in my purse in the truck.
Oh,
We're not pausing for the cause.
We're talking. I mean, we got like 10 more minutes, right?
Yeah.
yeah. We're not going to pause for the cause, folks.
Just
We're not
drop it
going
in
to. Do not go away. We don't have anything from
Oh,
our
did
sponsors.
you not drink yours?
She can't drink.
I can't drink.
Consejos?
Oh,
She can't take consejos.
one second. Sorry.
Consejos.
Advice. Oh. Yeah, like I can't.
Advice.
You can't take it with.
Yeah, I can't take
Can I have like a splash out of that? I didn't know it was like a full bottle.
Here. You can have the rest.
The whole water?
No. Here.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Patron. It was a pleasure
Pause
having
for
you
the
here.
cause.
Pause for the cause. Oh, and by the way, my wife doesn't get to watch this. Well, no, I take that shit back. My wife doesn't really watch us,
Yeah.
but she watched the sea salt. Put some sea salt on your nuts.
Yeah.
She
it
thought
was-
that shit was fucking hilarious. Oh, she told you about it?
Yeah, yeah. It's a good clip. We did like a little. You and I have a good like rat-a-tat like
We do.
where like we can play off each other pretty easy.
Absolutely.
That's why I like
We
doing
play
this.
with each other all the time.
Anyway,
And then
so fucking.
I think you.
I'm leaving, bro. I'm leaving.
in
Right,
fact,
you're not going anywhere.
in fact, on a couple of episodes ago, Testy mentioned that he grew up on manual. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
I did hear that.
I'm not sure who Manuel is, but I know you grew up on him.
But it's weird because I put that little sea salt clip on TikTok, and out of like all the clips, that one like failed. I thought that was the funniest thing we'd ever done, but who
I
am
don't
I?
remember that one.
Who am I? The sea salt?
The sea salt. Put some sea salt on
He,
your nuts.
he brought we paused for the cause to refill alcohol, and he went in and brought like cashews out. So I picked it up and just started saying, "This is our new sponsor. This sea salt cashews. Put some sea salt on your nuts." And he said, "If you don't sea salt," and I said, "then you're not looking hard enough.
If you don't see salt on your nuts,
You're not,
you're not
hard
looking hard enough.
enough."
So
we
thank
just
you,
did
George.
stupid shit like that, and it came out funny. And I put
I
it
thought
on
it was
TikTok,
hilarious.
and TikTok said, "No, let's look at this stupid dude putting rubber bands around a watermelon until it explodes."
Fuck
all.
you and your watermelon.
That's all TikTok does.
And if this little virgencita up here moves at all, come by and visit us.
If it falls on me.
She's about to touch your head.
Oh, yeah, looks like she's about to.
You know, I'm not scared about ghosts at all in this place. I am scared about like the ceiling caving in because like we walk past all these rooms.
Well, dude, the
With the
ceiling,
ceiling just like-
asbestos,
Yeah.
mold.
Yeah,
That one,
and the whole
that
place
one building
smells
at the
like
bottom,
mold.
that the wall was.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
wall caves in.
The
in
wall
the
is like
basement.
this,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
It's like,
Hopefully,
Hanging on by the hinges of the door.
I mean, we recorded it, but it's hard to appreciate it in like that
Unless
narrow
you're here.
space unless you're here.
so by the way, if you do come to, look south,
Don't start.
look south.
Yorktown.
No, stop.
Where are you looking at?
Right under the brown base, there was something just kind of shined right there.
Right there?
No, a little lower. Somewhere in there. Yeah. There was just a flash.
Bro, there's nothing there.
Well, I know there isn't. No. Like, it was a quick flash. Anyway, anything fucking freaks me out right now.
It's okay. Dairy Queen. Remember Dairy Queen?
Yes,
Almost
I
there.
know. Anyway, where was I? What was I saying?
For anybody that's coming here.
Oh, yeah. Anybody who's coming out to Yorktown Hospital, mention Zesty or Testy, and you will get in here during the day for only $300. So,
The thing that pisses me off the most.
and if you come overnight, it's only $700 when you mention our name.
The thing that pissed me off the most is you go down to the basement and all these little fucking
Yeah.
ghost chasers and shit write their name on the fucking wall.
Respect
like,
that shit, dude.
we're the fucking Gen X ghost chasers. We were here 623. I'm like, bitch, you're graffitiing on. You're
Private
graffitiing on the wall.
property, yeah.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck all the people that graffitied in the basement wall.
I do agree, man.
Bunch
It's like that fucking moron that graffitied on the Coliseum, you know. And it's like you have these people that come over here, and it's like, hey, we're ghost hunters, and you have to put your fucking name on there. Look, thank you for coming over. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed it.
And you fucking ghost hunters, you faked all your bullshit videos because we didn't see any ghosts. You,
That-
Oh, it's
that-
my watch.
that's what it is. It's your watch. It's reflecting off the wall.
Okay.
You there.
I'm like,
Debunked.
no, debunked. We're good. We're good, folks. But we are gonna have anyway the other video too.
Well, there's more weekends in
It's a lot
October.
more.
You guys should do something else.
Come back?
No, go
Are
somewhere
you
else.
crazy?
No,
I'm
I'm
like,
done. I'm doing. You know, it was so fucking hard to get this fucking thing together with this dude that like threw up like the brakes every chance you get.
yes.
I'm
Even
not
this
taking
morning.
him anywhere else.
Even this morning when I sent you that message, say, dude, call me. It's about this.
Yeah, I'm driving to his house. He's like, call me. It's about today. And I call him. I'm like, on the way to your house. This better not be about you chicking out. He's like, I don't know how to tell you this, man, but just kidding.
You wouldn't go to somewhere else and do this?
No.
Come on.
No.
No,
Why?
we're done.
Yeah, we're done with this
Next
shit.
year, maybe another field trip. This
Yeah.
year, we have the Halloween party where
Yeah.
we're gonna dress up.
Yep.
I'll be Macho Man Randy Savage. You're still
Trying to figure it out.
trying to figure it out. We've got Fancy Day coming up where I'll wear an ascot and a tuxedo and a pipe, and you'll probably put on a button-up shirt because that's
You
about as
smoke on the
fancy
pipe?
as you get.
Yeah, exactly.
smoking on it?
We're
You
gonna
have
get our
one?
ass
I
caught.
bought it specifically for Fancy Day. It's like a $5 pipe. It's not-
But are you smoking out of it?
I will be.
Dude, can I smoke my
Your ganja?
my hookah?
Oh,
Yeah. Is that fancy or is that Indian?
It's fancy to me.
it's a fancy Indian pipe.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
What else?
I've always wanted to smoke out of it.
I always wanted to smoke a hookah. I told my
I
wife,
can't-
if I come home with a hookah, would you get mad at me? She's like, I don't want a hookah in this house.
I get it. I get it.
If you're smoking a hookah like that, you got problems, buddy. It's the wrong hookah.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
doing-
hookah should not
If
be
I'm
burned.
smoking a hookah, I must be a border patrol in Laredo.
You're paying two. Damn, damn, that was ice cold.
Was it?
That was
I'm smoking a
That
hookah.
was-
I must be a border patrol in Laredo.
that's ice cold, bro.
You'll be here for another 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Don't forget
I'll
to
be
tip your
here.
waitress.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to be here too long, so
Don't
don't
come
come
back
by.
for the after 8 p.m. show. He gets a little blue.
Dude, we should have a rave in here.
It'd probably be the same as graffiti.
Oh. You got to screw it all up, don't you, Alex? You and your coral Barbie shorts.
You know?
So anyway, was this interesting to you? You were excited about this.
I was excited about this. This is I am excited about this. I watch a lot of the shows, and like was said before, to me, it's exciting until you realize that you said that 3 episodes ago, right? Like you said this,
Oh,
3 seasons ago. Like this is
I
the most
feel a
haunted.
cold column right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, and like.
This room fills me with dread.
Yeah, and then they faint, right? So This was a really good experience for me.
Frank will stand behind the
I-
door and he pushes the door.
I'm very interested in stuff like this. So my daughter Alexis wanted to come, right?
Yeah.
And I told her no.
Would you do it again?
I would do it again, sure. I told her no.
I wouldn't wear a long sleeve shirt next time because I'm
That's
fucking,
very humid.
I'm still sweaty.
That's what's protecting you from the
Mosquito
That's
bites.
what I was hoping for.
And
You
so
told her no.
I told her no. When she was younger, she had a tendency of freaking out easy. All right, so I
Kind of
thought-
like somebody else we know.
So the reason I told her no is like when they were younger, they wanted to watch what's the name of that movie?
Exorcist?
No, with Will Smith. He's like the sharpshooter. And
Wild Wild West.
no. It's a Marvel movie. It's a DC movie, something like that.
Oh, yeah, I know which one. Shit.
With
Charlize Theron. Isn't she in that movie?
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. So there is a scene in Suicide Squad where the lady looks in the mirror and automatically that witch appears, right? And it's like within the first 3-4 minutes of the movie,
Yeah.
right? And they had begged and begged and begged. I want to watch the movie. And I was like, you can't. It's scary, right? They were really young, right? My sister would let her kids watch it, right?
Yeah.
And they were raving about it, right?
Yeah.
So, put this movie in, right, and it was over, right? They fucking screamed, and I was like, we kept telling you guys, right? So, we know that they don't answer, fairly well to scary shit, right? My wife doesn't like scary movies to begin with, right? Yeah. And for me, I don't care because it's someone in makeup, right? It's a person acting, right?
Yeah.
So, my son this morning asked me the same thing, would you let me go? I said, look, this is not a haunted house that, you walk through and there's going to be like people coming out and trying to scare you. I said, this is, apparently one of the scariest places.
More paranormal than just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. But I've always been interested because like you said earlier, right? Like they get, I don't want to say trapped, but maybe it's unfinished business or something, traumatic happened to this person that is not allowing them to move forward, right? And I am no one here to be like, let's help you move forward, right? I'm not the person.
That's above our pay grade.
That's
That's
way
way above our pay
I
grade.
am not releasing spirits.
I'm like, you're on your own, bitches.
I didn't bring a what's it called a thing from Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah.
What is it called?
The trap.
The trap. Yeah, I didn't bring that.
Is that what you put in your backpack over there?
Ooh, is that what we got in the truck?
It is.
Yeah. Here I was thinking it was a DeWalt radio.
He built it out of the DeWalt
From a
radio.
DeWalt.
So I like this stuff, man.
Look, I respect that and I understand. And here's somebody sitting next to us that convinced me that everything's going to be okay.
And it was.
So
no,
what
it
would you
was.
have done if it wasn't okay?
Run out?
Probably smacked me.
Yeah.
Would you be like denied her for the rest of your life?
Probably.
No, but I would have run out freaking out, dude. But look, I know you stayed at the Emily Morgan and
Yes. At the Crockett, at the Sheridan Gunter.
Really?
she stayed at all those by herself, just to try.
Have you had any activity? No?
No.
And that's why
I like this
That's a shame.
both for the historical and for the
Right.
to be able to say, hey, I was
Paranormal
there
aspect.
for the paranormal. And all of these places, which is what I had told him, a lot of these places are hyped up because once you're actually there, unless you go poking around and doing stupid shit that you really shouldn't be doing, it's just like walking through a place. It's a historic place. It's sad that it's so run down, but there's history behind this place. There's a plaque or something in the front that has like a dedication. Some of the rooms and stuff have like little plaques on them. And to me, that's what I find cool. And it's also like to compare, like I was watching last night, the Destination Fear episode that they did here looks completely different, but they also did it at night. And they're telling you the things that they researched. Is it true or not? We don't know. But that's the things that they put out there to get people on that edge and that fear. But once you're here,
Your family.
You can
You
never
shall never
leave.
leave.
Check Hotel California.
Yeah.
So Ben,
You can
any
check out
thoughts?
anytime you want, but you can never leave.
I mean, it kind of went the way I expected. I don't think ghosts are real, and we didn't see any ghosts. So I came in here expecting to see a dilapidated building, and we saw a dilapidated building.
No, see,
I hope I didn't get any kind of weird mold in my lungs. That's gonna.
that would be my
hard to
biggest
come
You're a
concern.
pharmacist. We can just give us a shot.
I'm a pharmacist. I could get a straight jacket from the fucking pharmacy
At a wheelchair.
and a wheelchair. Please refer back to last week's
Mold, asbestos, or whatever.
Yeah.
Look, I do believe in ghosts. Look, growing up, my sister used to call our ghost at the house Castillo. Don't ask me where the name came from. But you guys, okay, so I'm going to tell you why this kind of freaks me out a little bit, right? So imagine an old school 1980s blender, right? And the blenders in the 1980s, just like some current ones, you really have to press down on those buttons, right? To get something to work. I mean, dude, I can't tell you the number of times that everybody was in bed, right? My mom was in her room. We lived in a mobile home park. And my mom was in her bed, my sister was in her bed and in her room, and I was in my room. And then all of a sudden you would hear the blender go off.
Yeah.
So how do you explain that shit?
Was it plugged in?
Oh, it was plugged in, but who pressed that button for it to go off?
The same lady that was sleepwalking and eating tacos in the middle of the night.
But
Remember
that's,
that one?
But that's just it, right? She was the one that would ask me, ¿Qué andas haciendo? And I'm like, I would tell her, I'm like, it's not me. And she's like, well, go check. I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to go check?
I have a story about that when he was little, about going and checking and him not going.
No, I didn't want to go because
So,
my
my
mom
mom-
used to sleepwalk. You're right. And so,
My mom is his oldest sister, and then there's another sister that's between my mom and him, which is our tia Chabelita.
Crazy one?
The crazy one, yes. The one that we don't talk to people about. But so
black sheep.
they were
Is that
hearing.
the Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah,
Yes, that's the
that's
Shaquille
her.
O'Neal. So they're hearing noises in the kitchen, and they're all freaking out. Well, my mom and her sister were in their room, so they kind of come out and see what the fuck is going on in the kitchen. His room is on the way to the kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's already there, and they're like, "Hey, there's noise going on." He's like, "Well, you guys go check. You guys go check." So it's my mom in the front, and then their sister, and guess who's in the back?
Me.
Peeking around the corner.
Yeah.
So it's been like that since he was little. He doesn't.
Yeah, I'm,
and it
I'm
ended up
protecting
being,
my sisters in case
there-
anybody comes at
Somebody
them
comes from
behind.
here, man.
Yeah, I'm like,
And
I got
the way
it
they
ends
are
up being
expected.
that it's my grandma sleep eating tacos
Oh.
that they brought her,
Oh.
and she has no memory the next morning that she sat there.
So she
Yeah, dude, my mom was the type that would do shit, and then we would like hear noises, and in the morning she's like, were you guys out there? Like, no, why didn't you wake me up when you brought the tacos? We did bring you the tacos. She's like, no, you didn't. I'm like, Mom, you still have cilantro in your teeth. She's all like, oh, yeah. Right? But there were times when, look, we'd all be watching TV, and then all of a sudden it's like, we had those lights, not the ones that you flip up and down, but the ones that kind of you tap.
Oh, you had
Right?
you switch over.
Well, it's the ones that you would tap.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and you do this bit to them, and so, but when you tap them, you can hear a little,
Yeah.
Yep.
right, on those lights. So you'd be watching TV, and next thing you know, it's like here, and the light would turn off.
Oh, it would turn off.
But we're like, what the hell? And so we eventually started calling our ghost Castillo,
Yeah.
because it would happen very often, man. And so my sister started calling him Castillo, and Castillo's, and she would say, Castillo, what do you want? And I don't know where the name came from, but she started calling him that. But then the whole blender thing, it happened 2-3 times where the blender would go off, and it's like,
Make him a fucking mixed drink. You put him in-
Yeah.
yeah, are you making margaritas over there? But so that's why I said, do I believe in ghosts? Yeah, I do believe in them.
Do you think your mobile home had like an electrical short in it where it was like?
But how, so let's just say that was the case,
Right.
right?
It wouldn't flip your switch.
It wouldn't push the switch as hard as it takes to push down on it.
Your light would
No,
go
look, I'm gonna tell you another thing, and this is, and that's why I say, do you believe in paranormal or not? Look, once again, I grew up in a mobile home,
Yeah.
right? A mobile home is mostly made of like prefab wood. It's like, it's not real wood, right? And it's, what do you call it, sheetrock,
Yeah.
and any inexpensive material you can find, right? When my grandmother passes away, I think it was you or your sister that kept on asking your mom about our grandmother having turned into a piedrita, right? I think it was you or your sister. into a piedrita, a little rock,
Yeah.
like a pebble. Yeah.
That had
And
to be my sister because
yeah.
I'm not that weird.
And so I don't know which one of them kept on saying, "Oh, is the cheetah going to be a piedrita? Is the cheetah going to be a piedrita? Is she going to turn into a pebble?" Right? Okay. We don't know why she asked. The day after she asked that, my grandmother passed away, right? And so no big deal, right? We attend the services and so on and so forth. We've got family coming in from out of town. My tia Carmela, my mom's sister, and her husband are there. And the day after the service, dude, they're sitting at the table, reminiscing, my grandmother, and, just stories and so on and so forth. It's just them three. But of course, because it's a limited room in the mobile home, Johnny has to sleep on the sofa,
Yeah.
right? So I'm sleeping on the sofa, and then all of a sudden it's like, just out of nowhere, dude, here comes this tiny little pebble, just drops in the middle, right? But it's a little piece of marble.
Yeah.
Now, where the fuck do you get marble in a trailer home?
You don't.
You don't.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? And so I'm asleep at this point, but I can hear my mom and my uncle and my aunt talking.
Yeah.
And they're having coffee and they're having some pan dulce, and all of a sudden that shit just drops. And my mom wakes me up and she says, "Juan Antonio." And she asked me, she goes, "What did you throw?" And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "What did you throw?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It wasn't me. I mean, and I'm a joker, and everybody knows that I'm a fucking joker, no doubt, right? You don't say. And so I told my mom it wasn't me, and so my aunt ended up saving that little piece of marble.
Yeah.
But nobody knows where it came from.
Is
And
it
then,
your grandma?
and well, see, but then that's when I told my mom. I said, "Hey, wasn't Carla or Karen asking about our grandmother turning into a piece of pebble?" And so my mom calls my sister, and she's like, "It must have been your sister." I know that was the story, but she called them. I could have sworn that's how it went, and I think it may have been your sister that said that, like, she had told her the day before in a dream that's what would happen, that she was going to turn into a pebble or a little piedrita, right? So that's why I said, do I believe in it? Yeah, I do believe that there are spirits out there.
Yeah.
Would I call them ghosts? I'm not sure, but do I believe in spirits? Well, I mean, mostly bourbon and whiskey and tequila, but there are some spirits that I believe in. Is it me or did fucking chill just come through?
I didn't feel the breeze, but
Okay.
I'm dripping in sweat. And
So back to your question, Alex, do I believe in them? Yeah, I do, and that's the reason I do, man. Because whether it's, people might say whether there was a short in the house, yes. A short could cause a light to go on and off, but
Nah.
do you actually hear the tap?
Yeah.
One.
They were clear.
Two, why is a blender going on and off, right? When you know damn well that a blender takes a little strength to push down on that button, right?
Yeah.
So how does it turn on and off? There it goes again.
So we
Now I
had,
feel it.
Okay, you feel it?
yeah, it's
Okay,
coming
good.
from your side now.
All right.
so we had the house I grew up in was a ballet studio.
Okay.
Right, it was an old ballet studio my dad bought. It was just a square, right, and then it had another little square that was like his office, right. So it was my parents' bedroom, right.
Yep.
My junior year, high school, they added on to the house,
Yep.
right. They added on a master bedroom, a second bedroom for like my sister, and I was gonna take the small bedroom, right?
Correct.
So at the time, I was sleeping on the couch. So growing up, we slept in the corner of the house. My sister and I. It was just a solid room with a wall down the middle. It was like a closet, right? And it was the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, and then off in the corner was our bedroom. There was just two beds in the corner, right? So it was all open area, right? So we're getting older. I said, "You can have the corner. I'll sleep on the couch," right? So my dad started working nights. My sister started sleeping with my mom, and I still slept on the couch, right? But when we added on to the house, there was a window unit there. They took the window unit out, and they cut a doorway out for the rest of the house, right? So sleeping on the couch, heard a loud bang coming from that direction. like super loud,
Wow.
right? Woke me up, woke my mom up, right? And I was like, hey, wait a minute, you can't. Let me go in. I said, you can't. You know, you don't know. We don't know what's over there, right? Or who's over there, right? So that evening, they had just finished closing up all the walls, running the electrical,
Yeah.
and putting all the windows in, right? So it was completely closed in, right? So I flipped the switch on, right? And you can the rooms hadn't been separated yet. It was just all the studs, right? So you can see straight through all the room, right? And right outside this window was a light pole, right? So the light was shining straight on inside, right?
Yeah.
And when I turned off, so I walked the entire room, right? Make sure all the windows were closed and locked. Then I checked around for animals or everything, right?
Yeah.
Nothing, right? So I walk out of my parents' room, flip the switch, and something caught my eye. Was the light
Yeah.
shining down from outside in, right? And there was, my dad had these sawhorses that were made out of metal, right? So it was a sawhorse and a hammer, single hammer on the sawhorse,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, all right, whatever. Turn off all the lights, went back to bed. The next day, I went to school, came back, right? I'm sitting on the couch and I'm kind of sort of just like this, right? Just straight down the corridor, right? And I'm like thinking, I was like, I wonder if I can make the exact same noise with a hammer. It was a single bang. That's it. Just one bang, right? Walk up there, grab the hammer, and I whack it as hard as I can. Try to do it one time. Could not get it to do it one time. It would always hit and vibrate. No matter how fast I tried to just pull up, right? Same noise, right? But it was multiple times instead of one, right? So do I believe in it? Absolutely, because it had something. Like it wasn't like hanging on the ceiling and it came and banged on and it stayed there, right? Like something picked it up, and
Yeah.
you know,
Look, I honestly, I'm with you, man. I believe that it's out there. And
I'm sorry you don't have your own story.
Well,
I got a friend's story I can tell if I have to tell a story.
Well,
No, you don't have to tell the story.
it's stuff that we've all experienced, and some of us have experienced. So, look, at the end of the day, it's you believe in what you want. Do I believe in the supernatural? I do. Do I believe that there's it's not the scary part that I'm scared of. It's the like I said a while ago, it's the level of respect, right, that you give these folks, because I don't know what they may have or not have gone through, but if they're still around here, that's probably because they left some unfinished, call it business, right, and they weren't able to get the rest that these people deserve, right, when you pass. And so for that reason, I say, yeah, I do believe in this. Not to mention the fact that I think I've been in plenty of situations like the one I just shared, where whether it's the lights coming on and off, whether it's the blender coming on and off, and just like that, I could name a number of things where I've seen stuff, experienced stuff. Heck, your cousin Beto has that story about him coming home and seeing that woman crossing that street when he was coming home late from a club. Called his parents. And he tells his parents, I'm trying to park. This is in Mexico City, right? He's like, I'm trying to park, but this woman keeps getting in the way, and she's wearing a white robe. And your tío, Roberto, came out, and he's like, dude, what are you talking about? He goes, oh, well, Dad, I can't park because this woman is right in front, and she's white hair, dressed in white, she's white, got a white robe. And so finally, and I guess he was calling from his cell phone or so, the lady walks away, and his dad comes out of the apartment. And so as she's going this way, the dad's coming out, and so he was able to finally get that parking spot where she was just standing. He parks, and his dad tells him, he goes, dude, what happened? He goes, it's that lady that just passed you. He goes, what lady? Right? And so he never saw a woman pass him, but he clearly saw that lady pass his dad, right? So that's why I said, these are people that it's not like a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, right? These are people that you know that have zero reason to bring this stuff up.
So the ghost was like reserving the parking space? You think the ghost had like a van that was like bringing all the other ghosts and one of that
It could have
space?
been, yeah. I mean, because you know they don't travel light. I mean, you know,
It's a lot of shit.
they got their
A lot of bed sheets that they got to
yeah, of course, dude. I mean, you know, they have their own baggage, you know. So
We all do, baby. We all do.
you know, it's 2 months of talking about this, or a month and a half of talking about this.
Here it is. It's over.
I'm glad.
It wasn't
it's
as bad
over.
as you thought it was.
Fuck yeah.
And you thought you were gonna die.
I feel like I died inside a little bit.
Yeah.
But before we leave, we're not going to end this right away because Testy here is going to get inside the casket.
Oh, all right.
You
I
got
thought
3
you were
minutes,
going
buddy.
to. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So, with that said, guys, thank you for joining us. And don't leave just yet. Keep following us because Testy is going inside the casket at this point. So
yeah,
we're gonna,
don't press pause. Don't stop it.
don't
Just-
stop it.
just
Even
pick it
though
up
you
and
see me
move it
getting
back.
up, don't stop it. Just keep looking at us. Look, watch me get up, but it's okay. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. All right, and then I'm gonna grab this, and then we're gonna do this. All right, and then we're gonna do this. Hold on, let it go. Now we're gonna turn this over.
Okay.
And did you see? Yep.
You fucking close this thing.
Dude, you're so funny.
Goodbye, folks. Happy Halloween.
Good night, everybody. Alex, would you like to do the honors and close it, please? Little by little. Hey, so I can send you off, man. So I can turn it off. Oh, you too scared?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Folks, thank you for joining us. Testy, come over here. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. Carla, say thank you. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for joining us, contributing. Alex, you were our Uber. Thank you for making this happen. Folks, we hope everybody enjoys the videos of the tour, and we'll talk in a week.
Happy Halloween.
See you guys later. Bye.